Welcome to ReDream Education, our very first episode with our new name, ReDream Education. Today's episode, I'm going to talk to you about why the future of education depends on your ReDream, the calling, the crisis, and the movement. Whether you are a homeschooling parent, a teacher, or a founder, this episode is ready for you to snuggle up with a good cup of coffee or do your dishes, take your dog on a walk, because we've got a lot to chat about. Welcome to the ReDream Education Podcast. I'm Mackenzie Oliver, microschool founder, educator, coach, and believer in the power of starting small, dreaming boldly, and rebuilding the future of education one courageous step at a time. If you're here, it's because something in your life, your classroom, your family, your child, your community, or your calling is asking for a new dream, a wiser dream, a ReDream. This podcast is where we challenge the old models, rethink what learning can be, and build innovative pathways for children, families, and communities. Each week, you'll gain the systems, strategies, stories, and soul work you need to design personalized learning, understand how education is changing for the better, start or scale a microschool, lead with confidence, make a change for your family, and create an education model that actually works for today's world. Because you aren't just dreaming of something different, you are building it. This is a space where we re-envision what school can be, reimagine how children learn, and rebuild the systems that were never designed to meet the needs of our future and current generation. This is a podcast to ReDream Education as we share insight, strategies, stories, and tools to teach our children better, transform learning at home, support innovative education models, and invest financially or personally in the future of students everywhere. Because you aren't just dreaming about a better education, you're part of the movement to create it. Welcome to the ReDream Education Podcast. This is where the future begins. Welcome to the new year, 2026. And welcome to the new face of ReDream Education, which was once called, for the past almost 5 years, Teacher Let Your Light Shine. In the past few episodes pretty much 395 through 400, we talk about the closure and the transformation of ReDream Education, the closure of Teacher Let Your Light Shine, and really putting ourselves into a position of declaration and direction today in this episode. We must start with talking about what the world is facing. Exhausted teachers, failing systems, families desperate for alternatives, very, very, very misunderstood neurodivergent students, teachers who are wanting to leave but they are scared, founders who are trying to build something without really a good roadmap, and the hunger for belonging and freedom and meaningful work. Really, the future of education depends on each of us, parents, founders, teachers, philanthropists, children, redreaming the future of education. So what is a ReDream? And why does education urgently need a refresh, a ReDream on what is the current state of our world when it comes to children learning? Well, when we ReDream, we are rebirthing a very new dream. You know, the dream whenever you send your kids off to kindergarten and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for them to love their learning and I can't wait to meet their kindergarten teacher. Or your kids are more independent and you send them off to middle school and you're thinking, oh, goodness gracious, despite all the middle school hormones, I'm hoping that this will be a good place for them to grow and thrive. Or if you're sending your child off to high school, you're thinking, okay, this is going to be it. They're finally going to learn their identity, their purpose. They're out of the mix of middle school and they are headed towards their next destination, maybe college, trade school, entrepreneurship. Maybe it is the redreaming of a homeschooling parent who is thinking about, oh my gosh, I got all my textbooks in, I have all the curriculum ready to go. And then you realize just how hard it may be to teach your child or to form a community. Thinking about microschool founders who had a dream of starting their microschool and they realized maybe it was harder than what they expected. They didn't get the results that they were anticipating, or maybe they received so many students that they don't have the systems to scale. No matter what dream you started with, there's always a desire and a purpose for redreaming and rebirthing that original dream. We come into redreaming as really an evolution of an idea. And if we don't stop and take the time to redream, we are going to be caught into a cycle of either traditional schooling or repeating what doesn't work over and over again, or just giving up and not starting the microschool, or not homeschooling your children, or not finding the right program for a child, or developing the right program for families. The next version of redreaming is really a new calling, and it's an expansion that comes after experience, maybe as a parent in your child's school. Maybe it's pain. Maybe it's finding out that a child is neurodivergent and you did not have the tools for this, or the wisdom of building a microschool, the wisdom of being a teacher and wanting to grow. Our public school is collapsing. We've known this for a long time, but we've really had our hands tied on what we could do. Private school has been inaccessible, high cost, rigid systems. Homeschooling is exploding. Yet families still need support and community to fight isolation and to fight not knowing what to do because they don't have either the skill sets or the capacity to teach the child in which they wanted to, which they had so desperately wanted to do. Microschools are emerging, but they are misunderstood. They fall within a gray area. Homeschool hybrids are incredible, yet we struggle to find out the good balance. Whether you're a parent or a microschool founder or a homeschool hybrid founder, you're trying to juggle with how much do they do with you and how much do they do at home, or vice versa. And educators really want purpose. They don't want pressure. Students need individualized learning, not standardization, yet we have not been taught how to individualize learning. And ReDream Education is truly the answer to it all. Tying back to the last couple of episodes 399 and 400 in 2025, I really have found a new lens on leadership. I continue to encourage teachers, but even with that, we began having to redream as we have been outgrowing just encouragement, really needing to equip founders. And we have a very proven, successful microschool masterminds in an effort to do that. If you are a teacher, a homeschooling parent, or a brand new microschool founder who is trying to figure out what comes next, you need to hear this. Microschool Masterminds is the community and coaching program I wish I had when I first stepped out of the classroom and built our microschool. Yes, straight from the living room to now nearly over 100 students thriving in year 6. This is where teachers and founders finally get the roadmap, the support, and the systems to create a thriving microschool without burning out. Inside Microschool Masterminds, you will receive weekly live coaching with me and other powerful professionals who discuss strategy, solutions, and provide personal support. You also receive step-by-step modules to build your school legally, financially, and operationally. Marketing enrollment done for you with training that works even if you've never advertised before, and you can learn this on your own time through our Microschool Masterminds classroom modules. Worried about multi-age classrooms or curriculum? We've got you covered with our curriculum planning resources. You receive templates, checklists, scripts, and systems for marketing, financial systems, operations, community building, and growth. Everything is ready for you to plug in and go. Most importantly, you have access to a powerful community of other founders who understand your dreams and your fears. Whether you're starting really slow, or you're still teaching the classroom and you're dreaming of breaking free, or you're already running your micro school but feeling overwhelmed, trying to figure out also how to build a hybrid program. This is a place where you gain clarity, confidence, and of course, a plan. Because you don't have to do this alone. You deserve guidance, you deserve support, and your micro school deserves to grow with ease, not chaos. If you're ready to ReDream Education and take the next step, join us inside Micro School Masterminds, where together we are building this education system better. Head over to redreameducation.com/masterminds to learn more. Again, that's redreameducation.com/masterminds. It's almost 2 years old, and we really just poured ourselves into revamping what Micro School Masterminds could look like and what it can look like for our time and our energy by offering group coaching every single week. We outgrew our small thinking, and our school became really a model for many schools nationwide through this podcast and through successful 5.5 years. We outgrew the small dream of having the school in our house and then our backyard and then a small building and then a church. Now it is growing even more rapidly. We've even built a nonprofit to support an initiative called the Bright Pathways, which will help more and more neurodivergent students, which we are finding are in desperate need of schools and hybrid programs like ours. And really, I felt like I was outgrowing the identity of a teacher, stepping into innovation and really leading more and more micro school founders through training and in-depth discovery of who they are and what they were called to create. For the past several years, I have been given the immense privilege to be able to guide teachers and parents on how to start a micro school and how to get the results that they want. When you do not know the truth of your calling, you can really be caught into a cyclone. You can very quietly hear this fear. Am I really meant to start something? Is there room for my vision? What if I'm not qualified? What if my dream is too small? What if I fail? And if you're the parent, you may be feeling this very, very difficult pressure of, should I withdraw my child? Should I go against mainstream? What will this look like for their future? Can I really handle it? Will I feel isolated? Will they have friends? Will they miss out on opportunities? It feels like so much because you know that as we go through transitions and changes, it feels scary. We feel unstable. But the podcast, ReDream Education, truly is a phenomenal promise for you. I want to continue to build in weekly episodes about micro school building, personalized learning frameworks, leadership development, founder mindsets. If you are digging deep into building your micro school, or you've come to a crossroads, you're at a juncture where you're like, I don't know which way to go. I need more systems. We're growing. We're scaling. I don't know if I should change my pricing. I don't know if I should change my model. My enrollment is down. I need more marketing. I need fresh perspectives. Definitely consider joining Micro School Masterminds, which is a monthly membership, because we are all here to design a school and a love for teaching and a love for our children to go to a place that ignites their soul. Redreaming what school can be like is invigorating. But when we have multiple people alongside us to continue to fan the flame, it gets easier. There is more and more research and time that we need to spend on neurodivergent support models, systems, and operations to keep this type of education alive because it is so desperately needed more than ever before. I want to be able to share with you stories from real founders and deep, deep coaching in our Microschool Masterminds program. This podcast needs to be the vessel of truth. I want to call you to an action bigger than any invitation you have ever been offered. You are not just starting a school. You are reshaping generations. You are rebuilding a system that has been broken for decades. You are the architects of a new era in education. And ReDream Education is the home for founders who refuse to settle for the old blueprint. And together, we are unified as a collective identity. We are rebirthing a movement from our dining room table to our school that we have in a church, our transformation. Teacher Let Your Light Shine was the spark, and ReDream Education, it is the fire. Our national education system is in a crisis. There are enough options for every parent to choose from in every state, in every country. We have systemic burnout everywhere. Students needing individualized learning, teachers demanding freedom, parents demanding options. We are no longer innocent to this movement. We are informed, and we can take the power and the control in our hands. You are going to outgrow the dream that you had as a teacher, the dream that you had as a parent for your own children. You are going to grow. You are going to struggle. You are going to expand. You are going to evolve as a leader. You are not the listener who is going to sit around and complain. You are the kind of listener who is going to create. You are the emotional core. As we head through 2026 and we build out the ReDream Education podcast, I will be introducing you to frameworks, strategies, founder support, leadership insights, storytelling, systems. And I'm here to ask you, what part of your life, your school, your children, your dream is asking you to evolve? If the old dream isn't big enough anymore, then you belong here. And I want you to walk away with this today, that no matter where you are as a parent, as a teacher who's trying to leave the system, or a founder, you do not need to start over. You just need to evolve. Your first dream got you here, but your next dream will take you where you are meant to go. For parents, you do not have to recreate your child's entire education. You just have to make one decision that aligns with who your child is becoming. For teachers, you don't need a new career to find fulfillment. You just need permission to build the kind of learning environment you always imagined was possible when you got that degree and you got the classroom keys. And if you are a founder, you don't have to build the perfect school. You just have to build the next version of your vision, the wiser, the stronger one, born from everything that you have learned. A ReDream isn't about starting from scratch. It's about honoring the dream that got you here and courageously expanding it into the dream that's calling you forward. I cannot wait to continue ReDreaming with you this year. It is going to be so life-changing and life-giving. Stick around because there is so much that we are going to be diving into this year. And if you're ready to go deeper, you're ready to learn, you're ready to grow, you are serious about this new evolution, join us in Microschool Masterminds. It is time to ReDream Education and to actually take that next step. Join us in Microschool Masterminds every single week for live group coaching, self-paced modules, and of course, a powerful community. Head on over to redreameducation.com/masterminds and join us in our free Facebook group at ReDream Education Microschool Community. To learn more, that's redreameducation.com/masterminds.